I'm a nice guy. Liquor in my cup, I gotta really toughen up. Yeah, nurse strap.
What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of my Road to Glory series on FIFA 21 here on this channel. Today's episode, we're going to run through another game of FIFA in my division rival placement games, and generally just show you guys through some of the beginner stages of my club, what I've been doing on FIFA, and just some of that stuff, really. So, as you can see there, guys, we do have Trent on another 5-game loan. We are going to combine that, so then I think it's 12 games we've got in total with him now. That'll be very important come when I get a Premier League team, or when I finish getting a Premier League team at a better, higher standard and stuff like that. And we do also get a pack here as well, 7.5k pack, untradeable, as well as just these stadium themes and stuff like that. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really a great fan of the stadium themes and stuff like that in this season. I don't think they're that great. You guys might disagree, to be honest, but that's just my opinion. I think they could have made it a little bit better for the start of FIFA 21, but there you go, whatever, doesn't really matter too much. And we have also completed some foundation challenges. We got the 150 coins there for completing some chemistry. We do also get some of the chemistry advanced one done as well, and that is going to grab us a small rare silver players pack. Not too important in the grand scheme of things, but it could give us a few important players come later, for the league SBCs and so-called things like that. This is the current team we're rocking with, guys. I think you've seen this same team last episode. It's basically an England squad we've got, also with a goalkeeper from the Prem as well, just to get some simple chemistry. Because I've not actually gone out and bought anybody yet for this squad, I don't think. But as you can see there, Awar is going for a little bit of money. I do decide to keep hold of him, though. And I am recording this voiceover on the 5th of October, and I still have him in the squad, or in the subs bench. He's around the team anyway. So, yeah, it's not too bad. It's actually quite a good player to get in the team there. We might end up selling him eventually, but you never know what kind of SBCs are going to come out as well. And I do want to try and prepare for the the Dominic Calvert-Lewin SBC, which I think is going to be Dominic Calvert-Lewin anyway. Who's going to get the Player of the Month SBC for the Premier League? I believe he'll probably be about 85 rated. Don't know what kind of things that you'll need for him, like requirements and things like that. But I'm assuming it's not going to be too cheap, because obviously it's one of the first big SBCs they're going to release onto the game. However, they won't make it, obviously, what they did for the Player of the Month Hazard and the big player months like that, because he's not that kind of player at this stage in FIFA. So we are going to open the small rare silver players pack there, and we're going to be able to pull, I think his name's Adrian Ramos. I think if you guys remember him from old FIFAs. Bit of a nostalgic player there, but overall not too important. And we do have the 7.5k pack as well. This one is going to be untradeable, I'm afraid, which is a little bit annoying for us, but we don't in fact get even a rare. We do get Iago Falque from Torino in the Serie A. Kind of a usable player, but again, not too you can't really get him in a team that easily. He's just not one of the players you really want to get involved that much. We do have about 3,000 coins to the name, though, and we are going to hop straight into another game to keep going through these division rival placement matches and see what we can get at the end of it. And obviously, when we get the coin boosters, we're going to be getting about 2,000 coins per game as well. So, as you can see, this is the team we've come up against. It's a pretty sweaty team to start with. Mason Greenwood on the right, Podence on the left. So a decent back line as well as a very, very solid midfield with Ndidi, Dele Alli and Lo Celso there. And I believe we do start this game off by going 1-0 down, as you're about to see. Ndidi plays it through the middle to Dele Alli. He turns me quite nicely, plays it to Podence, who just sends me. And he sweaties it across to Dele Alli, puts it into the back of the net. And obviously at this point, he's got a much better team than me. So it is a little bit tricky and a bit annoying, but I get back on top again. We play the ball to Awar, he plays it through to Ladapo. Gets it to Troy Deeney, back to Ladapo, and he puts it in for a lovely, lovely finish right there. And we do it. Oh, that's made it 3-1. I forgot. The recording cut out, in fact, before that highlight you've just seen. But we were on top of him. We were battering him, and we did manage to get it back up to 3-1. I think Troy Deeney scored a couple. And obviously, as you're going to see again, Ladapo coming through with the goals, the silver beast that we found from Rotherham. He's actually a very good player for us in this series so far. I've still got him in my club, and I need to double check how many goals and assists he's actually got for me, because he is a pretty standout player for me at the moment. As you can see, we get the ball straight from kickoff. Ladapo absolutely blitzing it down the line, gets into a good position, sweaties it across. He tries to clear it, but none further than Deeney, who puts it into the back of a basically empty net to make it 5-1. And that is about that for the game. I know that game was a very well, there's a lot of a shorter highlight than you've seen compared to some of the other games you've seen on this channel in the past. But I'm going to try and mix it up and just put a lot of game clips in the episodes. Not even all the goals, but just some of the clips, so you guys can understand how the team's playing and how we're getting along. As you can see there, Troy Deeney walks away with the match ball yet again in back-to-back games, and I was very pleased with how he's been playing for us. He's been a very good player for us at the beginning of the series, and hopefully he can just kick on and keep doing the same thing. I don't know why we're watching the replay of Dele Alli here, but as you guys can see, I did absolutely batter him. Troy Deeney with a 10 rate and Ladapo with a 9.2 as well. Another 2,000 coins in the bank as well. It was very useful. 2.2k in the end. A lot of money, to be fair, for the start of FIFA. And as you can see, 65% possession, 11 shots to his 4 or 5 or whatever it was. And absolutely dominated him. As you guys can see here, we're going to try and get some SBCs started now. We've got some players in the club. We can start probably doing some SBCs. And we managed to do it pretty easily there, only getting rid of 1 or 2 players that would have even taken a look at in the first team. But in the end, we didn't actually get rid of anybody from the actual first team. We do get a Prime Electrum Players pack from that. And this is a very big pack in the end, because you guys are about to see who we pull. But as you can see, we've got about 3.5k to the name there after spending a little bit of coins on some players. But there was no way on earth I thought we were going to pack a player of this standard at this point in the game. As you guys can also see here, it is a board player. It's German. It is a left midfielder from Bayern Munich, and it is none other than Leroy Sané, the new man from Man City. And we do end up selling him for around 110,000 coins. And at this stage in FIFA, that is absolutely ridiculous. It helps us out massively. I was thinking about making a team around him, but for 110k, didn't even really want to hold on to him. I just wanted to get him gone. 110k in the bank. We can do what we want really with the club. We can make a completely different team to what we've got. Don't have to rely on any of these non-red goals. We can get the bronzes out of the squad as well. We got Anderson Talisca there as well, which is a decent pull. Not too expensive, but a good player. Mason Greenwood as well. He's going for a little bit purely because there's a lot of hype around him, and you need him you don't need him, but you need a Man United player for the marquee matchups as well. Just having a look at Camavinga there as well. But yeah, it's a very good pack. And we did end up completing some of the other SBCs. I think we ended up completing the whole of marquee matchups actually in this episode. But we do get up to level 5 there on the season objectives. Get the Christian Eriksen on loan. Another very useful player potentially for the series. Get him in there, pop them on the bench. And we do have a pack here. This is from Marquee Matchups. Yeah, we get a small Prime Electrum Players pack. These packs are a bit, what's the word? Not controversial, but shaky. They can be very good or very bad. And as you can see here, we do manage to get an Aaron Ramsey. Centre midfielder from Juventus, or sorry, should I say Piemonte Calcio. 82 rated. Not a bad card, but it's not him who we care about from this pack. It's Diogo. I lied. It's Daniel Podence, sorry. I could have sold him for 10k in the end, though, but I did end up getting rid of him for about 8.5. But yeah, it turns out all of these ones were actually sold at the time of recording this as well. But yeah, it's not a bad player. Again, he's a very sweaty player, sells instantly on the market. Nice injection of coins there for the club, considering we weren't actually on that much at the time. Obviously, we packed the Sane, but I hadn't sold him yet. He hadn't sold. And then we did end up completing the marquee matchup, sorry. We got the silver players pack again here, the rare one. And I believe we don't get anybody of notice at all in this pack. I think it's a Turkish left back from Galatasaray. Not very good. But what can you expect from a silver pack? Who else is in the pack? I don't think there was anybody else very useful in the pack. I don't remember this one that much, so it can't be that good. No, it's not very good. And we might end up selling those players, to be fair, but I'm going to keep them in the club just for the time being in case some SBCs do come out, because you never know what's going to happen on FIFA. They could release any SBC at any point. And we're just going to try and stack the club up a little bit. But we do move on to the next, I think it's a 25k pack now. Again, we don't get a board. We get Vlasic from CSK Moscow. But again, it's not him that we care about from this pack. This time, it is Diogo Jota, and he is extinct, and I still have him in the club at the time of recording this. He's a very, very, very useful player to have. He's actually very good in game as well, but he's a very, very useful player to get in the club at this point in FIFA. But I'm going to thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll see you very soon with another episode. Goodbye.